Good morning. Breakfast with the Broker every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Listen, we had a little technical difficulty, so bear with us. I came in the office and the internet's down. So as I was talking to our guest off screen, if 2020's done anything for us, it certainly has taught us how to adapt, right? So we are adapting on the go, and if I am blurry, I am sorry. But Amy will not be blurry. So, and now, by way of Denver, Colorado, formerly Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, she oversees the professional development, technology engagement, production, onboarding, and ReMax, University of ReMax LLC. She's also, as well as education for Motto Franchising LLC. She began her career in 2003 as a sales associate in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And she is Amy Summerville.
Wow, what an awesome intro. I need to take you everywhere I
go. I'm in. I'm probably still blurry or pixelated, but we're using a hotspot. So as long as you're not pixelated, they came to tune in for you and not me. So don't worry about me.
You look great.
Thank you. Amy, really, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And, we've known each other through the network for a little while now. And, one of the things that have always struck me is, your passion for, really broker owner training, doing a lot of the moderation or the moderator as a catalyst and such like that. And tell us a little bit how you got into your kind of the ReMax network and this, I think you started out as a sales associate.
I did. I started as an agent, joined my husband as a ReMax agent in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And we built a small team, but a mighty team. We were, like if I were bragging, I would say we were a top producing team in the state. The passion for real estate really is more on the entrepreneur side, right? Like just a love and a passion for people who want to be business owners. So whether it be the agent running their own business or the entrepreneur franchise owner, the idea that you can create any life that you aspire to create to support any aspiration you have in life. Yeah, I would say I was very passionate about it, and a brand that could provide that. The ReMax brand has given me everything I have. My husband, again, is a ReMax agent. He is on the commercial side. My mother-in-law is a ReMax agent. My brother-in-law, sister-in-law. So I don't get to go to work and leave it at work. This is, it's everything I do from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. And I learned earlier this week, asked my 8-year-old what she wanted to be when she grew up. And she said, well, obviously I want to be a ReMax agent. I don't think it's going away anytime soon either. But yeah, definitely passionate about the brand. Had the opportunity to join ReMax headquarters and started in the support division in the regional team supporting broker owners in the Central Atlantic regions and the Carolinas regions. And loved the consulting and supporting side of that nature. Moved into the training world in ReMax University, and then added professional development and production and tech engagement at a point as well. So it just kind of, the more the better.
And usually you're the interviewer instead of the interviewee. So it's kind of a pleasure to have this. I know one of your idols is Brian Buffini. And you recently in April did a video podcast for RU, and I think it was actually excellent. And obviously Brian always excellent, and he said something that was a John Wooden quote that really kind of stuck with me. It was, if you're waiting for the opportunity, you're already, if you're waiting for the opportunity, you already, I missed it. Hold on. if you're preparing, said that, and Brian Buffini mentioned that.
You're back. You're back. You're back.
I lost you for a minute there, but I almost felt like I could translate a little bit, which was cool.
Sorry about that.
If I'm reading between the lines, yes, I idolize Brian Buffini. I think he is a master, but more than just in the real estate space. He is the king of professional development, the king of personal development. What he's been able to accomplish in his life for himself and his family and extended family is absolutely admirable. And there's not an opportunity that I don't get to sit down with him where I'm not completely blown away and inspired by him. I do love I love the quotes that he throws out, because it's not just something that he's read. Likely, hi Heather, how are you? Likely he has actually been able to sit down and interview some of these incredible people who admire him just as much as we do. And yeah, the idea that if you're waiting for something, you've already let the time slip by, right? By the time you recognize often the opportunity, it's already slipped through your fingers. So yeah, it's about, did I catch this right? Did I translate where you're headed with the loss of bandwidth there? But absolutely, couldn't agree more. It's about,
yeah, sorry about that.
The successes, right, is where talent meets opportunity, right? And sometimes you don't know that the opportunity is there. So it's about, throwing the talent out there and driving for making things better, like just small incremental changes every single day. And sometimes the opportunity comes and on the other side of it, you look back and say, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that was happening at the time, but what a really impactful time in my life, or wow, I was really able to inspire someone, or wow, I was really inspired. That you don't know it when you're in the moment. So if you just continue to chase a little bit better, just those small improvements, that's kind of the thing that drives me on a day-to-day basis.
So what should broker owners be doing we're in this pandemic, we're in this together, but a lot of people are struggling more than some, depending on which state, city, county you're in. And what should broker owners be doing and being prepared for, maybe for the last quarter?
I think I heard you again translating how to prepare for the last quarter. I'm just going to translate and
I'm going to do sign language correctly. My daughter started learning sign language, so I should probably just try and do that.
That really is the coolest experience, when your baby can communicate with you using a different language, and before they can start speaking. That's so cool. But you know what? Actually, I almost think of that as kind of parlay to your question, is we don't have a clue what is over the next couple of hurdles. So I would say a lot of broker owners, a lot of agents that I'm speaking to across the country, across the world, some of them having the most successful couple of months of their entire year. In fact, year over year, doing extremely well. And a lot of that, I think, comes down to, as you started this segment, is if 2020 has done anything, it's prepared us for being unprepared, right? And being able to bob and weave and kind of move on a dime. And I think the other thing that it taught us is that we're more impressive than we thought we were. One of the foundation of, right, we're pretty good. And what we're really pretty good at is, the last couple of years, we've been really focused on systems. We've been focused on processes and technology, and all of that's awesome. But at the end of the day, this is a people business. And we had to really quickly revert back to everything we know about just the solid people business and the relationship business. And I think, again, that's why we're seeing so many successes. Our brand often, in fact, almost every year, conducts a survey with Camp and King, our advertising company. And the survey goes out to consumers, and we're kind of ask them what they're looking for in an agent. And this year, 3 things came back very clear. And 2 of them are oldies but goodies, and one of them was new. The first was honesty. right? Agent or consumers are looking for agents, and they're looking for that honesty characteristic. Probably, I mean, you put yourself in the minds of consumers today, and we have played that role more than we've played the agent role. In fact, the last couple of months is, and I think you posted about it actually on your Facebook page, is the sensationalized media right now. What information we think we might be getting, we're not totally sure. It is, it's contradicted by something else we watch or hear, even 20 minutes later. So consumers are looking for someone they can trust right now. Just give me the true hard facts and information. Don't want the fluff. I don't need the emotion. I'm getting that everywhere else, but somebody I can trust. And again, that's an oldie but goodie. We've heard that from National Association of Realtors for years. But the other two that kind of added to the second was transparency. Again, I think just not having a clue where we're getting our sources of information and news from. Just show me everything. Don't tell me you've got it. Don't tell me not to worry, because I'm gonna worry. Walk me through the steps. Show me everything that's going to happen. Help me anticipate when I can, what I can and can't expect. And that again is just kind of the true roots of what we do in our profession, whether you're coming from the agent perspective or the broker perspective. For agents, what can we expect over the next couple months? Well, I'm not a mind reader, right? But here's what I can tell you. Is it's about the people business, and you can put your time and energy into building the reputation of being honest and into your transparent activities, right? What can you do to provide that transparency to the consumer? And then the third was technology, right? People, especially during these interesting times, COVID and other things, are looking for alternatives, right? Not everybody is comfortable, especially depending on where you live, rules, regulations, etc. What you can and can't do in showing property. So becoming a virtual ninja. I saw Heather Holiday jump in and say hello. So becoming that virtual ninja. We've got some really excellent role models in the ReMax system who have put out everything they have on doing virtual business. Virtual showings, virtual walkthroughs, virtual closings, what that looks like, streamlining the process so that the consumer feels comfortable and safe by use of technology. So I think if we're taking a note from what the consumer wants, right, and then we need to provide that to the agent provides that down to the consumer. It's all about the experience, and we need to provide it honestly, transparently, and through technology.
And experience is amazing, because when you're looking at, what we've been doing, we've been telling stories, right? Whether it's Insta stories or Snapchat stories or whatever, Facebook stories. And we've been telling the story of an agent, the story of a broker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's start to discuss the story of a consumer, the story of why a consumer's, getting up and deciding that, I was quarantined for 4 weeks or 6 weeks or 8 weeks, whatever the time may be. And you know what? I really decided that I need a pool. Or
I've decided I need a pool, and I'm moving to Florida. That is what I'm watching you all, and I'm thinking, how do I not live in Florida? Yes, I agree with you. And David, I mean, kudos. What I see you posting are those kinds of things, right? Show me what's going on with schools in my neighborhood. Show me what's going on with, hurricane news. I saw Michelle post those kinds of things. The information that consumers are looking for, that is, mine through the politics, mine through kind of the muck. Tell me exactly what's going on. I trust you to tell me what's going on, and going above and beyond the, hey, these are the homes that are for sale in my neighborhood. But two, hey, I care about you as a peer. I care about you as somebody in my sphere. I care about you as a friend, and I want you to have access to information that I have access to. So again, I think that applies to the consumer, and that can applies to the agent. And you're right. If there's anything we do really well, it's the people business, and it's the storytelling business. And we can really relate to people and connect with them, build community by telling stories.
You must have really read my mind, because that was the segue, because you did discuss building communities with Jesse and Michael at R4, and wanted to elaborate a little bit on that. What do you mean by building communities? What can an agent and or broker do to build their community?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I keep throwing to examples that you and the agents in your office are putting forth, agents in offices around you are putting forth. Community is more important than ever right now. I mean, I don't know about you, but I have been reviewing lessons learned since March. Right? What is this teaching me? What am I learning from this? Where am I appreciative of these new experiences? Where have I been able to spend more time with my kids? More time concentrated on the value of and the quality of the value that I'm putting out to my customer. Where can I take a breath and have a cup of coffee on my back deck and be grateful for the life that I live? So there's a lot of lessons in that, and one huge one is the ability to build community, especially when we have to be 6 feet apart. How do you build that connection and those relationships with when all you can see are eyes around a mask, and when you are in some places having to be 6 feet apart. The way you do that is bringing the community to the people that you're connected with, right? So if you are the person who can, I've watched you do the food reviews, which is maybe my favorite thing. I love food, but your promo is amazing. What is it? It is like an egg McMuffin that eats everything else, which I love. The things that people miss and love, right? The connection pieces. Is it walking on the beach with friends? Is it going to the local restaurant? Is it going and having, experiencing a new bar that's opened? Is it, I don't know, some kind of street fair or something else that's going on, things that are happening that people may not feel so comfortable going to. If you can bring that to them, bring that experience to them, so and support your local community, right? And be known as the person who is the local backer. You're not in this business just for yourself. You're in this business to give back. You're in this business because you want to help provide dreams to others. And I'm not sure that people know that by a lot of the advertising and marketing that we have done in the past, but I think they know it today, right? That this is what we are our community. We are the ones that are connecting and building the blocks, but the relationships as well. And we're here to support it.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people that are significantly less fortunate than us, in the restaurant business, in the resort and hotel business, in all these other different businesses. And this is an opportunity. If you're talking about building community, what community means to me is propping people up.
Yeah.
Bringing back businesses, helping get the word out of, those small businesses and restaurant owners that have been here for 30, 35 years. Those are the people we need to help. And we need to get out the word. We need to support those local businesses. And, whether you're comfortable or not comfortable in restaurants, there are ways that you could still help. There are ways that you could, have takeout or delivery or things that, maybe posting on social media and such. And as a community, if we come together, we're going to help those, that, are really in need. And, and a lot of people, I mean, inherently, we don't like asking for help, but a lot of these people really do need help.
100% agree.
So let's talk about something that's dear to your heart as well. The Children's Miracle Network. This is Miracle Month, a month of miracles. So we're Rebecca Steinhaus, our director of marketing, is doing a ice cream social, which is a social distance ice cream social. Very cool. We got this little ice cream truck coming.
We raised like $200 so far.
All right.
Oh, neat.
That's it. Mm-hmm. All right, we got to build that community a little bit better.
It's ice cream people helping the kids.
Yeah, I know. People want something to do. They don't. They can't go to the movies, so come by and support the Children's Miracle Network. But let's talk a little bit about the charity and why you and ReMax have been such a supporter of CMN.
Absolutely. I mean, Mike Reagan, who has spearheaded this relationship from day one. We go way back in time with mutual support and mutual connection. I think there are talk about the passion for entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, on the front end of your career, you're super self-focused. right? You know, making sure that you've got, you know, all the building blocks to build a successful company. Again, even if it's just you as a lone agent, but build your business, build your leads, build your connection, build your impact. And I would say within a couple of years of building your own business, you look around and not only have a love for your community, but again, wanting to support it in ways that you've never been able to before. Often when you are an employee and you work for another company, you have relationships and the company gives and donates of their time. I think entrepreneurs are always looking for ways to give back to their local community. And that's one of the really cool things about our relationship with Children's Miracle Network hospitals, is that every donation that is given at a local level stays in the local hospital. It's not a donation that is given and you're not sure where it goes. In fact, in most locations, you can go to the hospital and say, you know, I'd love to see where my donations are going. Get a tour of the hospital, even use the hospital, you know, rooms for. Of course, we're in different times right now, but use the hospital for meetings and those kinds of things. I myself, I think a lot of people feel this way. My children have, they have never had a birthday party where they've received gifts from the people, you know, the kids that come to their party. Every year since they were 1 year old, we ask the children to bring an unwrapped gift to take and donate to Children's Hospital instead. And it is one of the coolest things to teach children coming up, I think, especially at an interesting time like today. You know, you're right. There are a lot of people who are less fortunate than we are. Children who are ill and are in a hospital who aren't able to see family on a regular basis because of the regulations with COVID. The idea that you can make the day of a child who is challenged or suffering or ill a little bit better every single day with either the technology to help support them and make them, you know, help them heal, or to, you know, warm their hearts a little bit. Like I said, my kids donate toys on a regular basis and love to bring them into the hospital and say, you know, we just want to make sure that somebody gets something, that they have something to do to bide their time. Some of these children spending years in the hospital at a time. So our relationship is personal as a family, but it is also near and dear, obviously, to the ReMax brand and the idea that entrepreneurs can give back and see where that is going and contribute. A lot of people don't realize that when you're talking about children in hospitals, if you think about a blood pressure machine or thermometers or IVs, they have to be teeny tiny, right, to support some of these children. That's a whole different technology. It's a whole different supply set. And the ability for hospitals to afford that comes from donations from real estate agents like ours. And I think we're frozen again. Oh, boy. David, are you there? Can you hear me?
All right, here I am back.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Sorry about that.
I thought maybe I was going to have to do like a tap dance or something. I don't know.
I couldn't even do sign language because you can't even see it. So the last two questions. One is a book recommendation. What book would you recommend that maybe we don't know of, or something a little bit, you know, for a real estate agent and or broker owner? And then I'll get to the last question.
Oh goodness, I have a couple. Hold, please. I'm grabbing them. Okay. I just grabbed a few of some of my favorites.
Just a few.
Just a few. If you haven't read Sean Akers, well, The Happiness Advantage, but then the second actually is precedes it, which is called Before Happiness. The idea that if you saw Sean Aker at R4, Sean Aker actually was introduced. The first time I saw him speak was at a Brian Buffini event, and it's the concept that only in the United States really do we expect something to happen to create happiness. So we're constantly in the pursuit of happiness instead of realizing that once we're happy, we can achieve greatness. So it's a real, especially at a time like this that have been, times that have just been really challenging for people to shift mindset and to reset. And I don't know about everybody else, but I just keep, like, goodness, if I can figure out what school my kids are going to next week, then maybe that would provide some peace and happiness. But really, it's not the idea of, once I achieve, then I'll be happy. Once I get, then I'll be happy. Once this happens, then I'll be happy. It's about the pursuit of being happy and then realizing what comes after that. So it's been a nice reset. Grit, obviously, something I believe that every one of our ReMax agents and brokers has. It is the power of perseverance and passion. I actually just ordered a poster for the back of my wall here that says grit so that I can see it in reflection when I'm in Zoom calls. Fabulous book, Atomic Habits. If there's anything that we have been going through the last couple of months, it's a reminder of how to build and create strong habits. I don't know, again, about everybody else, but I can be kicked off my regular schedule, my regular routine very quickly right now, especially with kids in the house and trying to figure out how to navigate, what my new daily routine looks like. But the faster you can get to establishing those habits and setting that routine, the more successful you're going to be. It's about being intentional and proactive. The minute you feel like you are just reacting to the schedule of the day, you're out of control, you're out of power. So Atomic Habits, can't say enough about this book. That's James Clear, by the way. And True North, another one that I think is great for a reset. I'm reviewing a lot of this content, a lot of these books right now, just because it's a good time to review and reset at the beginning here of August, which is for a lot of agents. Things will heat up here and then slow down a little bit for me, especially as a parent. Getting the kids back to school and resetting what my true north is why do I do what I do? What is it that drives me? Why did I do this to begin with? And that's been a really great rebalance, reset, is remind yourself why you got into this business. What reinvigorate and relight that fire for why you do what you do, the passion for why you do what you do. And it comes again back to people and how can you provide what it is that they need to have a great experience.
That might be the best book recommendation segment I've ever seen. And I didn't even tell you that I was going to do that. You had them right there. It was perfect.
Oh, I've got a bookshelf right here. So.
That's awesome. Well, it's awesome because I guess you do you not have a TV in your house? Did I hear that?
I have a TV in one room of my house. I do not have a TV in the main room of the house. So yeah, I truly don't know what's going on in the world. You might have to just send me a note later. No, I know what I get from other people, but we moved into an older home and there wasn't a real clear place to put a TV, and it struck us as pretty obvious that was the sign not to have one. News can be an addiction for me. So I used to be the person that would let, different news channels roll over from the 5 o'clock to the 6 o'clock, come back at the 10 o'clock. And we were watching almost the exact same footage, or, switch the channel to get a different perspective. Rarely is there any good news there. Rarely is there anything you walk away and say, wow, I was really, truly inspired by that, and I'm going to go do something about it. I was finding that it was really causing a mental block and a little bit of depression, right? Like letting just some really negative stuff, and again, which I believe is fairly sensationalized and not truly transparent, accurate fact. So it's been lovely. I sleep at night. So
that's awesome. Well, I was going to ask you for your favorite Netflix streaming show, but we'll go with the books.
Yeah, we do have the Netflix. I don't know that I have a favorite that I can share live.
Fair enough. We'll end it there. Amy,
Okay.
Thank you very much. And there's no one better to go through this interruption of internet and and a little craziness, than you. And I certainly appreciate you coming on. You know, the book recommendations were phenomenal. We talked about building communities, and we talked about CMN, and you know, and we talked about habits, and I think all of that really is going to propel our a lot of broker owners and agents into the fourth quarter and on. So we certainly appreciate Amy. Thank you so much. And for your benefit, next week is our foodie review. It's
Woo-hoo!
our number 2 foodie review.
I love food.
What's that?
So I do love food.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You're like a chef and something.
I love to eat. Yes.
So tune in, Breakfast with the Broker, next Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. We will announce our breakfast place, and we'll give a little foodie review. Hopefully I won't dribble a little bit, and we will have a good connection next time. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.